Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jedi Knight. Obi-Wan Kenobi has followed a responsible path on his journey toward Jedi Knighthood. As a Padawan apprentice to Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn. Strongly influenced by other leading Jedi as well as Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan is more brooding and cautious than his teacher. He is careful to weigh the consequences of his actions and is reluctant to entangle himself unnecessarily in transgressions against the will of the Jedi High Council. A serious, quiet man, possessed of a dry sense of humor, Obi-Wan strives to be worthy of his order and feels honored to be Qui-Gon's student, although he worries about his master's tendency to take risk in defiance of the council. Nevertheless, Obi-Wan follows Qui-Gon Jinn's example and develops an independent spirit of his own. A dedicated Jedi Knight. Facing a time of great crisis, Obi-Wan Kenobi finds himself at the heart of a galactic turmoil as the Republic begins to unravel. Kenobi has witnessed the death of his master, Qui-Gon Jinn, and knows the challenges the Jedi face. In the defense of justice, he is cautious, where his apprentice Anakin Skywalker is impulsive. Kenobi strives to train Anakin in the discipline that will make him a pillar of strength against the dark side. As dangers unfold, Kenobi's abilities and judgment from one of the last bulwarks against the collapse of the Republic. As a general, in the deep space or planet side, General Obi-Wan Kenobi still prefers negotiations to conflict. The war, however, has given him a longer view of things, where even his lightsaber technique once reflected an affinity for deflection. His style has since become bolder and more lethal. The cause, many say, is the influence of Anakin Skywalker, and indeed Obi-Wan has become Anakin's champion to those on the council who dread the power of the Chosen One. As a result of his military successes in the Outer Rim, General Kenobi has been granted the title Master and named to the council. Even so, he feels his education in the Force is just beginning. Honoring the wishes of his former master, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan has made Anakin his life's focus and has instilled in Anakin his belief that the dark side can be defeated and the Force brought back into balance. Jedi in exile. Far out in the remote Junlan wastes lives the hermit Ben Kenobi. Ben is a figure of mystery to the Tatooine settlers, dismissed by many as a crazy wizard. In truth, Kenobi is a Jedi Knight, a great warrior of the old Republic who fought in the Clone Wars. One of Kenobi's students turned to the dark side of the Force, betraying the Jedi and assisting the rise of the Emperor. Yet Obi-Wan worries about Anakin's refusal to surrender the past, especially fixation with his mother's death. Obi-Wan shares Anakin's eagerness to confront Count Dooku and repay him in kind for the defeat they suffered in Geonosis. As a Jedi, though, Obi-Wan refuses to let his emotions cloud his better judgment, and fixes his attention on Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. Rescue, not mayhem, he counsels Anakin. Rendered unconscious during the duel, Obi-Wan does not witness the Count's death. However, he persuades himself with his willful former Padawan was forced to act in self-defense and has not skirted close to what the Jedi consider the dark side of the Force. Obi-Wan suspects that Palpatine has convinced Anakin that anything which is possible must be allowed. Crushed by his failure with the man who became Darth Vader, Kenobi retreated to Tatooine, watching over the young Luke Skywalker and waiting for the time to reveal Luke's birthright. As the son of a Jedi, Kenobi's powers make him a threat to the Empire, even in his elder years. In accordance with Jedi philosophy, Kenobi lives simply. In his hut are only a few scant reminders of his former life and great exploits. It is here that Kenobi gives Luke his father's lightsaber. On board the Death Star, Kenobi uses his technical knowledge and Jedi mind powers to disable a crucial tractor beam without even being noticed. This is his first return to such a heroic action in many years. It is Kenobi who first awakens Jedi abilities in Luke and begins to train him. But Luke can learn from him only briefly before Kenobi faces his final lightsaber duel. Afterward, as Luke learns the ways of the Force, he is able to meet Ben again in spirit. Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Though it often slips from his grip, Obi-Wan's lightsaber will remain in his possession for his 19 years of self-exile on Tatooine, watching over young Luke Skywalker. Though a master of Jedi lightsaber style, known as Ataru, in which deflection is prized above aggression, Obi-Wan's true style is Sorsu, which encourages a practitioner to place himself at the eye of the storm. Sorcery is well served by Obi-Wan's innate capacity for patience and perception. But the key to mastery is audacity, a talent he learned from Anakin. Obi-Wan is not without his secrets, including a relationship with Jedi Saritachi, who died saving Padme. Ben Kenobi once rescued Luke when the boy had become lost in Tatooine wilderness with his friend Wendy. In spite of this, Owen Lars forbade Kenobi from ever coming near their farm again. Luke Skywalker returns to the home of Ben Kenobi to build his own lightsaber after losing his father's in the Battle of Cloud City. Kenobi's fondest memory is when he was in love